Projects within CaptionHub can be configured with caption limits. It's worth mentioning that if you want to set up CaptionHub without any kind of checking, you can certainly do so. However, we have this idea of warnings and limits that can be applied to things like caption duration, character, line counts, and so on. There are several different parameters we can put into place, which is how CaptionHub will create captions and consistently check that your captions meet the specifications that you define. Team settings is where we store the default set of specifications for your team. So the idea is that you put it into place once and forget it, and this will apply these settings to all of your new projects going forward. These defaults tend to be fine for most customers and their web applications, but may vary depending on things like project, language, and whether you're subtitling for vertical video, for example. CaptionHub will continually check whether captions obey these limits and flag any errors using CaptionHub's real-time QC tool against the level of scrutiny or severity you've set, so you can think of these as hard and soft warnings. To access the default settings, you'll want to navigate into Team Settings like so. I'm going to jump into my caption settings, and here I am, caption defaults, errors, and warnings. Again, these are all currently set to the default, but we'll be checking against things like maximum caption duration, minimum caption duration, maximum character count, maximum line count, the frames between captions, the maximum reading speed, which includes words per minute, as well as characters per second. Of course, any change that I make here will need to be saved by updating settings. Now, before you make any changes, it's just really important to note that if I've set up something as an error, then I won't be able to approve it if it's flagged and detected in our validation. However, if I've set this up as a warning, then I will be able to approve it if it's caught in validation, but CaptionHub will let me know that it did pick this up. Clicking on the real-time QC button will tell you in plain language what needs to be fixed. So let's take a look at how that looks in practice against an example project. I'm going to jump in here to this example that I've teed up. I'm going to move into my original captions, which I've already created. And I can see that my real-time QC button has let me know there are no issues. I'm ready to go ahead and approve these captions, so I'll do that. Now I'm going to jump into my translations. In this example, I've created some Italian translations. So let's jump in and take a look. Here my QC button is letting me know that captions 3, 4, and 6 have too many characters. I won't be able to approve these captions until I go ahead and correct these. To do so, I'll just go ahead and select on each of these numbers here that are a hyperlink and will bring me directly to that specific caption, allow me to work on and correct the issues detected, and once done, I will be able to approve my Italian translation. So I mentioned that Team Settings is one place that you can interact with these settings. However, at any time, I'm also able to override the limits on a per project basis, either within my original captions, by navigating to the menu cog and making adjustments here, remembering to save any changes that I make along the way. And I can also adjust my limits within a specific translation, like so. It's important to note that any changes to these limits for this Italian language translation will only affect this translation. Other translations, should I create them, will not be affected. Being able to apply this level of specificity and adjusting my limits on a per project basis help ensure that CaptionHub enforces the limits important for your particular project.